Ali, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and some of the stuff they're sharing around the world on Newsfeed today. We hear from people who live in the Amazon as the rainforest burns all around them. Kashmir in lockdown. Parents call on the Indian government to release their children. Look, Mum, no hands. We take a ride on an electric driverless bus in Berlin. And meet the real-life one-time tramp who will be playing the tramp in the real-life Lady and the Tramp. And top of our newsfeed, the Amazon. It is still burning and the world is still tweeting and posting and wringing its hands at what to do. The president of France says what's happening is an international crisis. The president of Brazil says that shows a colonial mindset. Neither of those comments are helping the people who live in the rainforest.
Essas aves, tudo elas tinham vida. Elas precisavam de estar tudo viva, cada uma no seu lugar. A gente olha aqui nesse pouco de coisa, o estrago já, né? E a finalidade do povo é acabar mais, né? E nós, o nosso esforço é de proteger. Acho que isso aqui é uma destruição que estão fazendo aqui, que quer dizer uma falsidade com a gente, né, com a natureza também. E ninguém esperava isso, né, acontecer, o que está acontecendo. E sabemos que nós sentimos muito, né, por causa disso.
Todos esses anos a gente resistiu aqui, quando a estrada não tinha quase acesso, quando chegou a energia, quando chegou as invasões. E a cada dia que passa aqui nós vemos a destruição avançar, desmatamento, as invasões, extração de madeira e derrubadas. A gente fica entristecido, porque a floresta morre a cada momento. E a gente sente o clima, né, mudando. E o mundo precisa da floresta, nós precisamos da floresta, nossos filhos precisam da floresta.
Poderia derramar até a minha última gota de sangue.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the other things that caught our eye on social media. The name Emine Bulut is a top trend worldwide. She was killed by her ex-husband at a restaurant in Turkey in front of their daughter. He's been arrested and faces life in prison. Apple has released guidance for its upcoming credit card, and it's ridiculous but kind of typical for the absurd time that we live in. The company says you should keep the card away from denim and leather and other cards, as it's so preciously made. Having it anywhere a normal card would be kept could damage it. The guidance was given the derision it deserves on social media, with this thing being one of the better memes. There it is. And we like this a lot. This viral video out of Turkey shows the supreme resourcefulness of some people. Well, your wipers are broken on your car, no problem. These guys have come up with an elegant solution, which also doubles as an upper body workout for the passenger. Win, win, win. All right. All right, to Kashmir now. The Indian-controlled part has been in lockdown for 3 weeks. There is no internet, no mobile phones, and even landlines are barely functional. Getting information about what is happening in rural areas is near on impossible, and in the city of Srinagar, there are security checkpoints everywhere. What news we are able to get out reveals there is a population living there in great fear. Take a look.
रात को 2 बजे आया था, सवा 2 बजे, करीबन 2 बजे आया था। फिर हम सोया था, मेरे बच्चे भी सोया था। कम से कम 50-60 आदमी बंदा आया था, एक फौजी का आया था। फिर मेरे बच्चे को निकाला था। फिर इसको मैं जा अंदर बैठो, अंदर बैठो, अंदर बैठो। इसको डंडा मारा था। फिर निकाला, मेरा बच्चा निकाला था। हमारे वो डंडा मारा था, हम अंदर बैठे।
बच्चा 2 लिया, एक का 16 साल उम्र है, दूसरा का 14 साल। एक बच्चा मेरा बीमार है। मैंने बोला ये बीमार है, इसके पास दवाई है। बोला हमारे पास भी डॉक्टर है। मैं इनको इस गुजारिश करता हूँ, मैं अपने बच्चे को देख सकता हूँ, इतना पूछ सकता हूँ आप ठीक है, कुछ फर्क हो गया आपको? नहीं छोड़ता है। ये हमारे साथ बहुत जुल्म हो रहा है।
Now, racist groups spouting white supremacist propaganda are gaining strength and numbers using social media to recruit people who share their ideology all over the world. Now, there are various groups to be aware of. The Atomwaffen division recently had a member charged for planning to attack a synagogue in the United States. The Führerkrieg division, which means firewall, is getting supporters all across the world. And now there is an organization called The Base, which is planning on training these people in how to use weapons and make bombs. And now, we told you earlier this week about a driverless electric bus in Berlin, remember? Well, we sent Yunus for a ride on one. Have a look.
Berlin has just started testing the driverless bus. It is powered by electricity and it drives around a circle of 1.2 kilometers at the first stage of this project. If it proves successful, it will expand it all across the city. Let's get on one of them to see how it feels like. Here we go. These buses can reach the speed of 15 kilometers per hour and carry up to 6 people. But there's always a member of staff permanently, just in case of any difficulties. It's already loved in Berlin and these buses are always packed. Okay, we keep spinning around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Friday.
YouTube say they have shut down 210 channels that they say were part of a coordinated attempt to undermine the Hong Kong protests. People have been on the streets in the city for 12 weeks over plans to allow those convicted of crimes to be extradited to China. The demonstrators say that this erodes Hong Kong's independence. That independence expires in 2047. It is also reported that some people in China have been sending supportive messages to protesters using the encrypted app Telegram. Well, these are the floor plans for the Fruitport High School in the United States. It's been designed to make it harder for potential shooters to kill lots of people. School shootings are common in the US, and this school has curved hallways, classrooms that can lock simultaneously, and barriers to provide cover. There were 24 school shootings in America in 2018. Parents can also buy their children bulletproof backpacks for them to carry their books and sandwiches in. Giraffe numbers have fallen 40% in the past 30 years, and that has led to a number of countries signing a new pact which hopes to slow that decline. The animals are targeted for their meat and also the use of their body parts in jewellery. The regulations mean that all countries with giraffe populations will now have to record what they export and provide permits to show where the giraffe parts they have came from. The total giraffe population is thought to be in the tens of thousands. Nepal say they will ban single-use plastic items on and around Mount Everest. Piles of rubbish left by people who pay thousands of dollars for the privilege of climbing the world's highest peak have become a familiar sight in recent years. Parts of the area have been closed to climbers in the past few years to allow for a mass cleanup. And earlier in the week, this wild video of a man trying to smash his way into a car went viral. The man on the hood is an Albanian restaurant owner called Mihal Koktima. People in the car fleeing for their lives were Spanish tourists. Now, Mr. Koktima's restaurant has been demolished. Apparently, it had been operating without a license. He says he attacked the car because the people had smoked cannabis at his restaurant and were drunk. He's reportedly known locally as the Gladiator. And Boris Johnson jokingly put his foot on a table for a fraction of a second, and it has elicited more tweets and commentary than necessary. This happened in the Elysee Palace after President Macron joked the table would work equally well as a footstool, and Boris tested it for a split second. It's being seen by no one who thought about it for more than a second as in any way insulting. And now let us introduce you to a young man called Mehmet Khanna, who at the age of 12 is already Newsfeed's favourite TV naturalist. Take a look.
İnsanlar bunları zararlı bir hayvan zannediyorlar. Zehirli zannediyorlar. Bu bizim diyorlar tavukları öldürür falan filan diyorlar. Bunu öldürüyorlar. Zehirsiz, zararsız bir hayvan. Yediği şeyler çoğunlukla böcek ve sümüklü böcek arkadaşlar. Zarardan çok yararı var arkadaşlar. Arkadaşlar tanıdığınız üzere bunu makinede rengi çok güzel yeşil renkli, zümrüt yeşil rengi. Ne diyeceğimi bilemiyorum arkadaşlar. Aşırı mutluyum. Bana destek çıktığınız için aşırı teşekkür ederim. Ne konuşacağımı bilemiyorum çünkü bu kelimelerle anlatılamaz bir şey arkadaşlar. Bakın yüzük yapılır bundan ya. Bunlar dışkı böceği türlerinden, mayıs böceği. Çürük meyveler yemekte zararlı bir hayvan değildir.
Good on you, Mehmet. And last up, we have an animal doing stuff, and this one is pretty good, especially if you're looking forward to the Disney live-action Lady and the Tramp movie. Now, this is Monty, and he was adopted by some people in California who then managed to get him a starring role in the movie. He will play Tramp, which is pretty good. He's a 2-year-old terrier mix, or mongrel, as Jock calls him in the 1955 cartoon version. He will be voiced by Justin Theroux, and Tessa Thompson will voice Lady. The film is out on Disney's streaming service on the 12th of November. And that will do you from the Newsfeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints and suggestions. You'll find me at Kamali Melbourne. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel and you can follow me on Twitter. Follow, subscribe and add. See you again tomorrow.